Man, I want to thank you for taking the time today. Me and you, we've been acquaintances for years. You've been supporting like the battle rap scene forever, and usually when I'm there, I'm so busy and I just get to say hello. But I've been following you on social media, and just kind of seeing your journey from afar has been hella inspiring to me. And I think it's important to have you on here today and just share your show or your story with other people. I think a lot of people can get a lot of strength out of it, especially in these times right now. But I kind of like there's a million things I want to talk to you about, from like you stepping in the ring, from like being into soccer, your recovery, but I kind of want to go back in time to my unknown. Like, I'm aware you are a 3-time cancer survivor, and I just kind of want to know like the beginning origins when this hit you, like what age you were, and like.
I was diagnosed when I was 11, grade 6 summer, with leukemia AML, and it's like a. So then I did my first treatment at that age. So that was 6 rounds of chemo. Just that, went in, bodied it, like just killed it, and then got out. It was good. Started playing soccer right away. Was good for another 2.5 years. And then in grade 9 summer is when I relapsed for the first time. And then this time they told me like, it was like, because the relapse was more serious, they said if they wanted to cure it, they were going to have to look for a transplant, bone marrow. So then no one in my family was a match. So my mom like did lots of bone marrow drives, like went ham, got a bunch of drives like all over LA, Iran, all over the world.
Wow.
And looking for a match, and then added over 60,000 registers to the one match, which is the bone marrow match, like a bank for people that want to. It's really important, and it's really easy. It's just quick mouth swab, and it's not like a transplant. Bone marrow is not like you're not giving an organ. It's just like through an IV.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. And you're saying like it's easy for people to do. That's good to know. Like,
yeah, if anybody wants, like, nobody did this. I was unrelated, so I wouldn't be here today with somebody did this, and it's way less than it's like less than the COVID test. Basically, you go on onematch.ca or not, yeah, one match, and then they send you a box, and then you basically just do like a swab, like a DNA swab, and then if you they'll put you in there, and then if somebody needs you, they'll call you, and then you'll be like if you get chosen to be for somebody, you'll just get like a poke in your back, a little thing to get a needle. You'll be sore for like 2 days. Save somebody's life.
Yeah. Wow. Like, yeah. And you what's the website again? Did you say?
One match. I'm not like one match is the foundation. So just
okay. So we can Google one match. Yeah. Actually, after this interview, I'm gonna do this and attached to this episode too. I'll put the link for people too, because that is something I didn't know about, and like it seems like it's an easy process, and if you can save somebody's life, it's so important. Like just
like the people, like, not that it should make a difference, but it's like the people in your community that you'll be the best match to. So yeah, that's one of my goals. Sorry, I was like in my music and things is like I wanna, like, when I get my platform bigger, like one of those like challenges, like to get like other celebrities and stuff to do that, because like a quick video will like get so much information out so quickly.
Oh, that's very important too. And yeah, you said you got hit with this when you were 11, right? And that's got to be it is such a life-changing thing. And do you still remember kind of like the emotions when you got the news? Like, or did you start feeling like this weakness and something was off? And
so basically, like, I was like always like athlete, just like things. So, but like how they found out is basically I was like doing like my fitness and like going like extra work, doing runs like with my other teammates, and I was always like one of the like not the one of the quicker players, and then like my mom just saw me like kind of get slower, so she just took me for like a blood test, a regular blood test, and like all my cells basically were like almost at zero. So like because of the thing. So that's how I found out. But when I found out, like, yeah, like really, like I was just like soccer. That was my only like thinking, like just gonna take that away, or like how long can I get off? How can I get back? Or like this is just gonna make my story better, like in the long something. Just I was just in the soccer mode, like always. That's what was my motivation, and like
yeah. So even like you were thinking beyond this, I'm gonna recover. We're gonna be playing soccer again. This is gonna happen, and I see it. Like I know the majority of people who tune into the show, they're on Spotify and iTunes. But to let people know, we do have a brand new YouTube channel, and you can also watch these interviews. But in the background of Tymaz, there's like 30 plus trophies behind you, and yeah, that's it's amazing to tell like you're really like into soccer, and that's like your total passion.
So after my second 10 months after my first relapse and first transplant, I moved to Malaga, Spain, to like play professionally. And, like,
wow.
By myself at 15, and then I was there for a month, and then started noticing bruises again, and then I relapsed again.
Oh, that's got to be scary, especially being out there. You said you were alone too, and like your family's not around, and
yeah, it was that was crazy. Like right when I just beat it again, just like finally feel like I reached my dream, and then right away taken away like that. And then this is the third time is what like affected my body. Like the first two times, like I was still playing soccer, like going through it. Because cancer doesn't like affect your body, right? It's the effects of the bone marrow transplant. So that's what they call it. It's called graft versus host disease. Because it's a transplant from somebody else's body, and it comes to yours. Your body like sees it as a foreign, and it's like natural thing is to fight. And so that's why they try to get the match like as close as possible. That's why it's good to have like all these things, because there's the side effects is what like that's why they didn't want to give me the treatment at first, and we had to like fight for it because it does more harm than good most of the time.
Wow, yeah, it's crazy. And especially when I met you, and actually throughout all the years I've known you up until now, you've always been in a wheelchair, and I didn't know the details of your condition. It's just I'd always see you at the battle rap events, and you'd be in the front row, and me and you have the best seat in the house and everything. Like, but yeah, it's so interesting for me to hear this. And so
yeah, basically what happened was because of my transplant, the second one, like my body basically like a year after, like I started playing soccer again, and then a year into it, it like started to flare up and attack itself and got out of its control. And I got like basically from my chest down, lost all my skin, everything. My joints got so tight and skin and everything. I was stuck like, I'll show you, like, it's stuck like this.
Oh, that's terrifying.
So, and the range of motion was like nothing. So basically what I did that's why I couldn't walk, because like even if you bend your knees and like you're on your tippy toes, like you're just stuck, imagine that position. Like you can't straighten your knee at all. Like it's stuck in a 90 degree. This with level 4 contraction. So that's what I did. So I had to walk. Like they told me it was impossible. You'll never walk again. Like never live, never walk, everything. So then I just refused to accept it. And then I went to met a doctor in Russia, Iran. We did this special surgery called Elizarov. Basically 8-inch screws, 2 in the thigh, 2 in the thigh, 2 in the shin, 2 in the shin. And then I can't really see, but like every day with the wrench, my mom would turn it. It would look like Forrest Gump kind of thing. Like on the legs, and with a wrench every day turn it to gain like 1 millimeter. And then each leg took a year until I eventually got them straight.
Wow. So it's just like the slow rehab of everything. And was that like really painful to turn the knobs on there as well?
It's like basically like your arm doesn't go more than straight. So that was my straight, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to pull your arm more than straight. Like an arm bar, like just or something like that. It's like and then just like dealing with that. And the problem was after I got it straight, is my legs became like a pencil now. I couldn't bend them now because they got like your muscles, any position they get stuck in is gonna get like that. So then the last like 3 years, every day I just had like one therapist lie on me, one another, just pull as hard as they can to get the range of motion in my knees until I could finally bend, and then that's what I did it.
Yeah. Well, like the biggest thing I admire about you is like the doctors saying that it's impossible and you wouldn't accept that. Like you're like, I'm going to be okay again. I'm going to be playing soccer again. And like this morning too, it makes me emotional. Like I look on your Instagram and you're working out, you're on like a pull-up bar and stuff. And even there's some videos of you kicking the ball around. And plus this year too, with your passion with rapping, you made a song called Told Ya, which is dedicated to like everybody who said you can't do it, and it's so fucking empowering to me. Excuse my language, but it's just I don't know, it's making me like super emotional to see that from you. And
rap is something. When I like was in the hospital, couldn't play soccer anymore, I first got into battle rap and watching battles, and then rap, and then just like fell in love with it really. Like that's like gave me like the new purpose, you know. So that's like really important, because I always have to have a purpose, or else I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, that's with like a lot of things in life too. If you got like some goals in like the future, or whatever. I know in my situation too, it's on a smaller scale. Like I'm not fighting cancer or whatever, but when I look to like the horizon about like something, like, and get like determined, even if it seems like impossible, like it could take a few years or whatever, but if you keep that in your head and in your heart, like you're gonna morph it like subconsciously and keep chipping away towards whatever that goal is. And it's cool to hear that you've got inspired by the whole battle scene. That's how we met.
Yeah, for sure. They always were cool.
Yeah.
So writing, organic, gully. Shout out all the King of the Dot fam. Always supporting you. All you guys. It's always inviting atmosphere.
Yeah, much love, and we're always happy to see you there. How did you find out about King of the Dot?
So I think I remember my cousin showed me back in the day like a Math versus Iron Solomon battle, and then I always liked rap battles. Like it was like cool to me, and then I saw Disaster DNA, and then that's the one I really liked.
Oh yeah. That was huge.
Right there in Toronto, it was like crazy.
Oh yeah, there was just a crazy energy to that room. Did you end up seeing that one live, or did you watch that one on the internet?
No, on the internet. The first event I went to, I think it was Blackout with like Disaster versus Solomon. That's it.
Oh, amazing. And one thing that's really cool from my perception is seeing you at these events, and you would even come out to like the ground zeros and like all like the smaller events and keep supporting. And then one day we have this tournament called Prove Yourself, and we've done it different formats of Prove Yourself events, and for people who don't know, it's basically like a tryout for battle rap. And usually like when I'm about to film these things, I see the card, and it's a bunch of names I don't know. It's all like new kids and stuff like that. And all of a sudden I remember they called your name in bars, and then all of a sudden it's the kid from the front row in the wheelchair coming on stage, and I remember getting like goosebumps and so much excitement. I'm just like, no freaking way, it's like him, and just being like so excited. And even like prior like to you rapping, and especially like there's another layer of that too. When it was finally like your turn to rap, you just started smoking them. It was fantastic. I kind of want to know from your perception what inspired you to actually get in the ring and do this.
Like me, like honestly, like when I like something, like my mentality is just like I feel like I can do it and like do it well. And then like if I really like it, so then I just was watching it. and I just kept watching it, and then I like was like would write sometimes in my head. I'm like, yo, I have bars, you know, like I can really like, you know, and then I would just like, and I had like some things to say, so I was like, it's a good thing. I just wanted to go, and I could like, I didn't want to like battle or anything. I was like, because was not like really comfortable with myself at that point yet too, you know. I was like still like, that's when I was dealing with everything, and I went and battled him.
Yeah, that had to be like kind of like really therapeutic in a way too, because beyond you roasting him, which you did, I think your first line was, I wrote it down, it's like and this was a freestyle too. It's like so basically he's battling this guy named Bars, and he's short, like furry face, he looks like a garden gnome, and Tymaz right out the gate, you're like, something ain't right. I'm sitting in a wheelchair and we're the same height, and just I remember the crowd just going, ah, like we didn't expect that from you. Yeah. Yeah, and then what's masterful about it too, and which makes you like such like an MC and an artist on that stage, was you transition that, like the humor of roasting him, into telling your story, and as you're telling your story, you're also breaking down your opponent, and like it was just so well put together. And even for people who are watching the video version of this, I'm going to clip it in here. I have all the footage because I'm the cameraman. So, yeah, I'm going to clip that into this episode.
First off, let me say something ain't right. If I'm in a wheelchair and we're almost the same height. What you think life's fair? Lately my life's been a nightmare, and it's these events that brought me right here. The cards you dealt with in life is something you can't choose. Give me a 2-7 offsuit, I still won't lose. Ain't nobody would get this far if they was in my shoes. You see, I knew I was destined for greatness. That's why I had to get better with such urgency. No anesthetic, I still did that surgery. Time as the warrior, ask any doctor, they heard of me. If the world's deadliest disease couldn't do shit, how these weak-ass rappers gonna murder me? I'm ill, both physically and verbally. When I spit, you gon' feel that shit eternally. And when this drop, you gon' remember me for eternity. Viral sensation, I take over the whole planet. Picture me during chemo, I kinda look like organic. People telling me what I can't do, I literally can't stand it. Put yourself in my position, try to understand it. The shit I go through every day, you cannot imagine. Some people say I'm sorry for your disability, but the truth is, without this disability, I wouldn't have this ability to go on and kill everything lyrically and have every rapper in the game fear me. It's the same me, I just do shit differently. You should stomp on dudes' heads. Now I pull the trigger, B. The plug call me Tommy, the way I'm hitting figures, B. Oh, yeah. Time as the warrior, too hot to handle. Run up on your block, light it up like a candle. Grab the bodies, throw them in the white van. Damn, Daniel. No, I got more.
Yo, hold it down.
This is real life, shit happens. You should be all soccer, now it's all trapping. Now when I bow, I'm the one clapping. Run up in your crib while your mom's napping. Anything of value, my youngie snatching. Hop in the whip and start blasting. Reality show drive-by, cause after we rob you, the car dashing.
How did you feel when you got off the stage and you did that?
No, I was like, I didn't really, like, it was like, I was like sick, but you know, one of the judges gave me the L. I was just like, what? It was 2-1. I was like, he was like, so I was like, kind of like from that, and then I was like, I was feeling good, and then everybody was giving me support, but that was like, I honestly, like, that was like the one round I really practiced. Like the other ones, like I had like 3 other ones, like that was my second round was like my worst one, and my third one was like killer, and fourth was like killer. But like I didn't like, so I just well, after the first one, I was feeling good, but it was a good experience. Like,
yeah, definitely. And that's kind of, I feel like, the hardest way to do it, especially for your first time being a battle MC, because usually we have these prove yourself events and people know their opponent like a month ahead of time and it's like a one-on-one. But this was like a tournament platform. Like, you haven't met any of these people. And if you move on, it's like, oh, do I have more shit to say? And do you want to say all your best stuff at the beginning or save it? Like, that's got to be such a mental chess game. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have if I practiced more, I would have been a different outcome. But like, I'm happy I got my like one round that I wanted to say out, you know?
Yeah. No, you did well too, man. Like, no matter what the outcome too, it's like something everybody remembers from that night as well. And I think with this form of entertainment, it's all about moments. Like, that's the stuff like that goes down in like the history of battle rap, especially like one of the newest ones was like Frack pulling out his graph or whatever. That's something like nobody's gonna forget, you know? And yeah, even I noticed too, Disaster, one of the best battle rappers in the world, who you said you were a fan of prior. You watched him in DNA, which kind of got you into the scene. He's been like kind of reaching out to you as well. That's like, I noticed that on like Instagram.
Disaster's my bro. Yeah, I talk to him, FaceTime him pretty often, and always stay in touch with him. He's my big bro. Yeah, he supports me a lot, posts my stuff, and he's always there if I want to like reach out or need him. But yeah, going up, he likes, he tells, he thinks talented too, supports my raps, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's an amazing dynamic too, and it's just kind of like you putting out that energy of getting into to this culture. You got embraced by like one of your favorites, and now you guys are pals, which is it's heartwarming to me. And I feel like Diz, like right now, he in the current state of battle rap, he's kind of like the bad guy, which happens with him, but he's got a good heart, man. I
feel like they're trying to hate on him, man.
Oh yeah, and it's just I don't know what's funny about this whole culture too. It's like a lot of people see what they are on camera, which is just like an amplified version of themselves, and sometimes they're the good guy, sometimes they're the bad guy. Like, I compare it a lot to like pro wrestling in a way, where but behind the scenes, it's like usually just all love and respect. Moving on to it's like I mentioned, you dropped this track like recently as well, and you said after this you're going to the studio again too, which is really cool. Kind of let me know a little bit about like your music making process, because I think this is a great way to spread your message, and the songs sound dope, man. Like, you're killing it.
Respects. Yeah. So like I always knew I had like lyrics and stuff. Like, I always knew I could like write really well, and like, but for like the first, like, I couldn't flow at all, or like, cause I like got into battle rap first, so I don't know if that like messed, like, I wouldn't be able to like rap on beats. So like, I would be saying like crazy stuff to myself, but like it wouldn't sound good. So like, I had to like really I worked on that. Like, I really worked on like how to like then I started writing to the beat and stuff. And lately I just been like going in the booth like and just like freestyling for like 10-15 minutes, and then like choosing getting the flows, and then picking it, and then making it sound nice with the writing after. So I'm working on it. I have first my EP I'm gonna tell you, but first gonna announce it 3-0. It's gonna be my first EP. I'm gonna drop a hat trick on Day Head Tops.
Nice. And that kind of like, it's like a double metaphor of battle rap and your fight with cancer, right?
Yeah, 3-0, 3 tracks, 3-time survivor. 3 is the charm.
3-time, baby.
That's awesome. And I want to say too, I love the production on your latest one as well. It sounds so proper. It sounds like something you could throw on the radio and it just kind of fit in. And who's your producer?
For that one, I got it on YouTube. The guy's name is Palace. He's sick. He actually did that For the Night song by Pop Smoke. He did a lot of he does like Kodak Black kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
And then I have another, the other track. But yeah, just getting it off YouTube, mainly. But my other track, there's this guy named Manny Manhattan. He's like from Vancouver, producer, sick dude. My track Beauty and the Struggle.
Yeah, that's really cool. And
kind of like, I don't know what really I'm working with different sounds. Like when you hear it, like I can like doing some drill kind of things. Have like some tracks like that. Some like How You Told You, kind of wavy. Just trying to see, because like testing everything. I'm new to it. I'm new to the artists and everything, you know.
Yeah, you gotta tread the waters and just find what works best. And some things are gonna work out, some things won't. And yeah, just just keep doing your thing, and it'll morph into something like absolutely excellent. And another thing with the track "Told You To," which made me emotional too, is like I've always known you being in a wheelchair. And that was the first time I've seen you standing up and you were in front of a microphone telling your story. And like, I almost like shed a tear, like just going on my Instagram feed that day. And yeah, even like hearing your story right now is really interesting to me too, because I didn't know fully your condition, or like if there was a way for you to recover. And just hearing all these steps is very important. And I'm so happy to be able to share this with the tiny audience I have. This isn't the biggest show, but the people who listen are very engaging, and I know like a lot of people are gonna get a lot out of this one, because some people have reached out to me too, like over the whole quarantine COVID thing, days they're feeling mentally weak, which is normal and stuff like that. But I find like sometimes I even have to like catch myself, like I'll have like an off day, but really when I look at the bigger picture of everything, I am fine. I have my health. There's lots of shit going on where they're losing their jobs and or just like what they considered normal is not normal anymore. And like you can wake up someday and just feel low, but we have the power, or most of us have the power and the health to just get up and change what position you're in. And like if you fall down, you can move on from it. And seeing people like you on my feed, also on my show I had Biff Naked, who was a cancer survivor as well. You two have put a lot of positive perspective and strength into me, and yeah, I want to personally thank you for that as well.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like you can like serenity is like, you know, you can accept the things you can't change and control the things you can, you know. Whatever you can do, you gotta wake up, and whatever's the mindset, like you can't sulk on it. You gotta just you keep your balance. You gotta go forward. Like I'm giving cliches, but like I don't know, it's like that's what it is. It's like you gotta just give those to yourself and tell yourself every day, and you can't like compare yourself. You gotta just look at progress and just give yourself one thing. It's just like you only see your life. You only live your life. So like live it for yourself. That's basically, you gotta be.
Yeah, facts, man, facts. And yeah, so I see you kicking around the soccer ball again. When were you able to start doing that again? Is this recent?
Yeah, basically this summer I like kind of like went like crazy, like with the weather. Like once I was able to run a little bit, then I was running like 3 hours a day, and that's all I needed. Like, cause I always knew like before I would always like, even when I was sick, when I was younger, I would always get like my fitness, everything back, because I would just go outside and play all day, play soccer all day. So I kind of like did that this summer, and like older version, like just go for runs, go to the park, just play all day. Start doing keep-ups. I can do like 100 keep-ups now.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
I was doing 1,000 at 12. Did more than 1,000 at 12.
Wow. So you were really like pro level. Like, this is cool to hear too, because this is something I didn't know about your story. And like, even you mentioned going to Spain and everything like that. Like, what is that scene like? Like, we talked a lot about like the battle rap scene. Like, I know very little about soccer and like, or football in the ways to get into like professional football and stuff. So what was your journey like before you got hit with
Well, it's
Another wave of cancer.
it's hard if you're Canadian, especially in that sport. Like basically to sign to a team, you need like a European passport. So like you have to be like signed. They have to like really want you because you're like a foreigner, and Canada doesn't really have a name. Right now, there's a new player just from Vancouver, Alphonso Davies, and he's like on Bayern's Munich, and he's like the best left back in the world now. So, that's gonna bring the name up. So they'll be looking around. Like Toronto has a lot of talent, especially with the academy and everything. That's like growing. It's growing a lot from like the last 5-10 years.
Yeah. I noticed there's a lot of people like I know who are really passionate about football, soccer, whatever you prefer to call it. But it's like almost like our nation doesn't embrace it as much as everywhere else, even though it is the world sport. And like we're more like kind of like focused on like the hockey and like the Blue Jays and Toronto Raptors. But I don't know. One thing I love about football and why I think it's the world sport is you don't need all this extra equipment to play. All you need is a ball. It's a ball and skill. Like these people from poverty can get into this and be the best in the world, and it's amazing. Like
that's why South Americans, all the best players. Like a country like Uruguay, it's 3 million more cows than people, and they're like in the semifinals every year. A country like America that spends like $1 billion can't even qualify for the tournament.
Yeah. Do you think is it because like in North American culture we have so many like distractions, and maybe over there they're just focused on like this one thing?
It's like no, North America just America thinks they're best in everything because like they treat things like world championships when it's national championships.
Yeah.
Like nobody else is like trying to win that NFL, bro. Like it's not the world thing,
Yeah, it's so true. Even like I notice I have a lot of American friends, and they always take jabs like even above them at Canadians and people like that. And it's funny how like they're like just like jokingly they're always like putting down our country in a way, like it's America number 2, but really like you look on the news and their country is literally on fire. You're seeing like the worst debates ever, and it's just like I don't know, you can only just shake your head and smile. It's like
Canada, well, cute.
Yeah, but like
you said, like their perception is like they'll do a national championship and act like it's the biggest thing that happened in the world, and it's kind of like this arrogance embedded into their.
They want to get into soccer because that's like they have to actually compete, and like money not gonna win. Soccer is like comes from the street, comes from passion. It's like that's the different kind of sport. It's a skill thing. It's not like NFL when people start playing in high school. You can't start playing soccer at 16.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's cool to see how much like the competitive nature is embedded in you, Tymaz, too. Like you've stepped in the battle ring, you went to Spain for soccer. Now that you're standing, you're
moving.
Yeah. Now that you're more mobile and you got some more energy, do you feel like you'd ever step in the battle ring again, or like would you like try to like go ham with the soccer again?
Yeah, I'm going ham right now. I'm gonna do both. I'm coaching soccer too, and then but yeah, I'm gonna do soccer and music. I'm trying to do more music right now. Battle, like obviously, like always, anybody free smoke anytime. Like I don't know,
Yeah, talk that shit, man.
I cleaned up my like platform up more, and like I have a documentary I'm working on. So that like I recorded like everything that like from like use the wheelchair to like now. Like I didn't post anything on my Instagram for 5 years while I was actually going through everything because I didn't want to show the suffering until like the last scene was like me back on the pitch. So I recorded it and I'm working on that right now. So it's gonna show like a motivational short thing showing the whole what I was doing. Like trust is gonna be great. Like it's a lot crazy. I was doing some crazy stuff.
Oh man, that's so cool to hear that you documented all this, and yet like definitely like keep in touch with that too. We'll share the shit out of that and everything, and even like I don't know your process of putting this together too, but if you ever need like a hand like with certain type of editing or anything, you can always call me and I'll help you out as well. But yeah, that's really cool to hear, and I'm happy to
Yeah, I had the vision.
Yeah. That almost goes back to like what you were saying, having the end goal of like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna fight this, and as I'm doing this, we're gonna make a freaking movie. And
yeah, but that's what I like. We only hear once, man. People don't understand that. Like,
Yes.
we only hear once. Find whatever you like, makes you happy in life. Whatever makes you the most, just do that, and you'll like. That's the only way you can be successful. You have to be passionate. So like. Wow, that's why I'm like, my first line is like, I ain't kill myself to stay alive, just to be another regular dude to work a 9 to 5. He said, see the pain lead to a good life. All sweet evenings start from Suge nights. It's just the mentality of like, I know like I had a vision, like I want to be great, and like I wasn't gonna let cancer take that from me. Like I was like, so like I just. I had the vision, manifested it, and I'm working for it. Like, if you're gonna work hard, like you're gonna get it. Like it's just like pressure in anything situation is pressure. You either apply it, and it's gonna apply on you, and eventually something's gonna give. If you never give, then you're not gonna lose. If you just keep applying it, eventually that has something is gonna give. You know, that's how I think.
Yeah, brother, and. True words, and you're firing me up right now. It's like I just know right when I turn this off, I'm gonna get a lot of work done today. Even like there is a KOTD event today too. That's probably gonna be in the background as I'm just like editing and like planning the next guest and stuff. But yeah, it's true. It's like you got one shot at this overall thing we're doing, which is one of the life itself is the biggest mystery in life, like what it actually is. But one thing I do know is from like emotions and passions and like what feels good, and just to make the most of your situation and just experience what you want to experience. I find a lot of people hit me up, and it kind of just started happening where I get these messages after I started doing the podcast and just being unapologetically passionate about it, where people would hit me up and saying, oh, I want to do this, but I'm shy, or they're scared to fail. But all I can say is just do it. And it's when you first do it, it's not going to be perfect, but with the imperfection, there's going to be a lesson in that, and you can honestly shape this world to what you want it to be if you put in the work and the time, and it's not overnight. Then
nothing worth having ever comes easy, or else it wouldn't be worth having. Trust me. Mm-hmm. You gotta anything you gotta put time in. Anything great, anything like those people put time in.
Yeah, very true, and
I can't say it enough. I'm so inspired to talk to you today and hear your story, and I want to thank you for sharing the story with us. We're gonna keep a lookout for the documentary, be sharing your music in the future, and I'm not gonna take too much of your voice right now. I know you're going to the studio real soon, which is awesome. So before we go, do you want to plug all your social media and everything?
Yeah, if you guys can, my main thing, I'm posting like almost every day, my workouts, music, everything. My Instagram at Tymaz9, TYMAZ, and then the number 9, and that's on everywhere. My YouTube, my songs are on YouTube, Spotify, just Tymaz. Told you, available now everywhere. But on Instagram is where you should really follow me. Keep up, Tymaz9.
True words. And once again, man, thank you for sharing this with us today. And we'll keep in touch, and I'll let you know when this episode comes out.
Thank you, man. Thanks. That was great.
Yeah. Cheers, brother. Have a great day.
You too, bro.
listens to the Creative Imbalance podcast can burn in hell.